Hello and welcome to Staying Up with Cammie and Taryn. I'm Cammie.
And I'm Taryn, and every night I get to have a sleepover with my whole fucking wife. But every week we invite you to join us at this big old lesbian slumber party. Thanks
Can
for
we
staying
just
up.
take a note of Frank? If you're watching the video, he's a sad boy today.
If you're watching,
he actually shouldn't be because he did so well.
If you're watching, you can see. If you're not watching, Frank is on the couch with us, and he's
facing the wall.
He's facing the wall, and he is a big fucking lunk. And
Lunk?
Yeah,
Not a lump.
not a chunk.
A lunk.
A lunk. And the problem with our Franklin is that he had to go to the vet today, so he has had a bunch of sleepy medicine, so he's a little tired.
Yeah, he hasn't even had as much as he's supposed to. I forgot. I'm supposed to give it to him at night, and then the day of his appointment to our was before, and I forgot last night. We forgot last night.
Do you think there's any world that I just kissed the face, like the side of his face, that I could somehow have like ingested any of his sleeping medication?
No, not at all. Not even a little bit.
I just wanted
What?
to. I don't know.
Also, even if you took it, you'd be fine.
Is
Like,
it
he
like for
weighs
adults?
less than us. Yeah, people take it. It's not
Oh.
a big deal. You would just be like vibing out. You'd be like, you probably have a nice night, to be honest.
He is like,
But he took it at like 11:30 this morning.
he is literally not facing us.
Oh my
or
God. He looks crazy right now. And he looks chunky as heck.
he looks like a huge rat.
Baby, look at that tail. It's so long.
He looks like a couch rat.
Oh,
He's spinning around.
I don't know that he has enough room.
He's getting comfy.
Come on, buddy. You got it.
There you go.
There we go. Oh,
Yes.
he's settled in. If you didn't
Okay.
get to watch it,
There we go.
You'll be happy to know he's very comfy now.
Thanks for joining us for another episode of Staying Up. We're excited about life. And we're excited.
I love wondering where you're going with things. I'm like, what's happening in that little
It
brain?
feels a lot like
What's
I
gonna go
throw
on?
a ball up and then I don't know where it's going to land.
Yeah. And I'm like, do I jump in? Do I see where she goes? And I typically just see where you go.
I'm just feeling chatty. I really am.
Yeah.
I'm feeling like I'm trying to get over that thing where like you think it's 5 p.m. and so you want to have a glass of wine to celebrate that it's the end of the day. I feel like we've been drinking a little bit more than usual,
Yeah,
so
we
that's
have
hard
been.
for me to get off of that.
Yeah. It's like once you get in a routine of it, it's hard to get out of that routine.
Yeah.
And it's so dark out already.
I know.
I'm confused.
It's weird feelings.
It's weird, but it's also good. I really liked daylight savings this year because I felt like that Sunday lasted so long and it was so special.
We had a great weekend. You want to hit them with our goss?
What did we do this weekend?
You had a docky appoint.
Oh my God. I'm so brave. Once again.
Literally, I want to tell you guys about how brave this woman right here is. Tell him, baby.
I am. Oh no, I didn't share this yet. I was like, did this happen before the last epi? You know what? I planned to trick, deceive,
Or treat.
lie, sneak my way out of getting my blood taken. I had a whole plan.
It was so cute, actually.
Taryn specifically was like, do you want me to go with you or are you going to be okay? And I was like, no, babe, I got
She had
this.
doctor's appointment.
Oh, yeah. Didn't you just say that?
I don't think so.
Oh, I thought you did.
She's so brave.
She really is. I'm so proud of myself. So I had a doctor's appointment. I could have taken it via Zoom. Didn't even need to go in, which my heart and my head said, do that. Don't go in. That's scary. But I was like, no, I need to keep getting over this fear because if I'm going to be pregnant next year, I got to figure this shit out because I'm so scared to go to doctors. So I went in, but I didn't want Taryn to come with me because I figured that would be my excuse not to get my blood taken. Because the first time I got it, I felt faint for at least an hour after. So
It
I was
was
like,
really sad. She was like a little deflated balloon.
yeah, I think like I had an anxiety come down. It was just a lot. So I was like, I shouldn't get this done while she's not here to drive me home and I have to drive myself.
Yeah, it was a good way out.
Yeah. And then while I was at the doctor's, we then decided I should get my blood tested. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do it. I'm going to.
She texted me. She's like, I'm doing it. I was like, yes, you are.
What were you thinking in that moment? Were you freaking out for me?
No, I told you that I knew you would get it. Before she left, she said,
Yeah.
here are the 2 reasons I'm not going to get my blood taken. Like a kid telling me her school report. It was really sweet. And in my head, I said she's going to get her blood taken. But outwardly, I said, nice. Because you're not going to go all the way there to this expensive natural path doctor, whatever, and not
Yes, I
heed.
would.
You would, but
I've gone
we,
32
the
years, and
world.
this is the second time I've had my blood taken, and those 2 times have been in a few months time frame.
Yeah, well, now you're on a roll.
I know.
Now you're a little vampire out here.
Yeah. Or, well, the opposite of I'm giving my blood. Oh, I'm going to get faint. Let's not talk about it too much.
Oh, are you really feeling weird?
Yeah. Well, today Frank had to get his blood taken too.
Aww.
And I'm there holding his face, looking into his eyes. He's staring at me with his beautiful eyes so big. And I'm like, it's okay. Mom's more scared than you are. And I looked down and I saw it for a minute and I almost fell over and I was like, keep it together. Your son needs you. And I did. I kept it together.
He needed you.
He needed me.
So anyway, you went to the doctor and then you got on Medusa. Meddies.
Oh, I was like, what does that mean? Oh, yeah. So I have talked about this for a while at different points. I have PMDD. It was always self-diagnosed because PMDD is weird to diagnose. They kind of basically roll out a bunch of other things that could be happening. If you're not familiar, it's basically like PMS, but worse. Like you can get
it's PMS doom PMDD,
premenstrual dysphoric disorder.
Dysphoric is
I
a
think
terrible term.
Feel free to fact check me because I might be saying that wrong.
I'll look it up.
But yeah, I've always kind of struggled with it. My periods. I get really depressed before them sometimes, and all signs were pointing to PMDD. Finally, I talked to my doctor about it. She officially diagnosed me with PMDD, and she put me on medication. Was I right?
Premenstrual dysphoric disorder.
Fab.
Premenstrual dysphoric. I said that.
Premenstrual.
It's honestly premenstrual dysphoric disorder.
We've been doing this thing where if one of us says something even kind of off, we just keep saying it back and forth and changing it more until it becomes more and more mumbled. Do you notice we keep doing that?
Yeah.
We'll be like premenstrual dysphoric disorder, and we're like, oh my gosh, premenstrual disorder.
Premature deformed baby.
Mortar, gerbadur.
Brick and mortar store.
Derp. And then it like just ends eventually. It's I don't know.
We're so weird, you guys. Weird. We're fucking kooks. We are the zaniest girls in town.
It's just so it's like it's
We're
so sweet and so stupid the things that you end up doing with your partner, like that just feel so normal to you.
Yeah.
Where it's like you're just I'm not even thinking about it. Half time we're not even laughing about it. We're just like, yeah, we're just out here.
Anyway.
Anywho, not to get off my mental health, but yeah, so she prescribed me medication for my depression, but I'm taking it on a luteal phase. So basically the 14 days leading up to my period, I'm on the medication and then I go off it for 2 weeks. So onto, and we'll adjust that accordingly to how I'm feeling. Could do a little bit less, do a little bit more. And it's just a super low dose. But for so long, I was managing my PMDD symptoms by just being like, I know it's because of this.
Yeah.
I know that I'm not like, oh, I guess I don't know, but I'm hoping I'm not just clinically depressed because it does go away once my period comes typically. Mm-hmm. So then I just push through it and I'm miserable for that time, but I just am like, it's going to end. And the doctor was like, you don't have to live like that actually though. Like you could just not feel depressed before your period.
Which is a really beautiful thought.
It's a crazy thought. Never thought about that.
You know,
so I'll let y'all know how it goes. What?
I got a good one brewing. When you said
what?
When you said that you feel miserable, which is so dark to be laughing about. I'm sorry. But and then I thought, what if when one of us is feeling miserable, then we call the
what, baby? Do you need to take a moment?
We call them Mizzy Elliott, like miserable Elliott, and we're like, "Are you feeling Mizzy Elliott?"
Sure, we can do that.
I love it.
You love making specific terms to make it feel a little bit better.
Well, yeah, because if you're feeling fucking like you're gonna walk the plank.
Wait, what's our new term when we were feeling down? We had a new term. Like recently, this last period, we came up with a new term. And it was
Are you feeling...
Was it like a fruit? Was it like a peach?
No. It was like squash.
Oh, man.
I don't remember.
Wow. That's the other problem. We come up with so many things.
It was like you needed something. No, Huggling.
No.
I don't remember.
I don't know. We have so many phrases that we consistently use, and then there are so many that live for like a day, a week, and then we never hear them again. Need a dictionary.
So Mizzy Elliott is now on medicine. Breaking news. I'm happy for you.
Thanks,
I really am.
I'm happy for me too. I'm excited. I'm nervous, but I'm excited.
And sometimes getting on medicine makes you feel weird, and you just haven't been feeling weird. So that's
no, I think it's such a low dose. I feel totally fine. I don't feel
people love to talk about how low of a dose their medicine is.
Well, when I was researching, because I asked her, I was like, "Am I going to have any negative side effects?" And she's like, "No, you shouldn't."
I know, but I'm just saying,
that freaks
even
me
when
out.
I've gotten on it, I've always been like,
it's so low.
Oh, I'm on such a low dose. It's like not even there.
Because I think a lot of people I talk to, they're like, "Oh no, you're probably gonna feel this, this, and this," and I'm like, "Yeah, but I'm literally on 5 milligrams or whatever it is," and they're like, "Oh, okay, you probably won't even notice that
for sure."
So it's like I don't want to tell people that normally whenever you take what is it, SSRIs, is what they're called, that you won't feel anything.
Serotonin reuptake inhibitor or something.
Oh, cool, good job. PMDD.
Yeah. I'm a doctor.
You wish.
Dr. Taryn. I don't wish.
Oh my God. Yeah. If you were a doctor, you would have no clients because you'd be your only client. You'd be in there like strapped up to all different tests 24/7. You'd be like that guy who's trying to
make money off of that.
No.
I would just spend
Put it on YouTube.
Oh.
Like that guy who's trying to be as young as possible.
Yeah.
I feel like that's basically what he does.
Yeah, but he doesn't even have fun.
No, his life, he has
so many
he exists to survive as long as possible, which feels really silly.
There's this like billionaire guy that is trying to reverse his aging, and he looks like a fucking elf gnome man, and he is so weird.
They're like he's 18 or whatever health-wise.
He's biologically 18.
You don't look that. You look like an old person who's done something, and now I'm just like, you're kind of scaring me. He looks like an alien.
And he spends literally all his time and money and energy trying to de-age, and his house is like a big lab, basically.
Yeah, and he like has no partner. He has to go to sleep at like 6 p.m.
His like room has nothing in it.
Yeah.
He's sad.
Yeah. Is he though?
Talk
is
about
he sad?
fucking Mizzy Ellie.
Yeah.
What else did we do this weekend? We went to the Patreon event.
That was so much fun.
So my friend still works at Patreon. I say still because many of us have been either pushed out or moved on. Many of us have become beatboxers. And she's still vibing, and she runs the events, and she's so good at everything. And she did an event in LA, and we went, and it was fucking so cool.
I wish we planned our wedding because our wedding planners were the best of the best, but
she's even bester.
I somehow,
yeah.
Well, I don't know. I've never seen her do a wedding, but
she's done them.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, every little detail. It was just very impressive.
But it was all about like, it was called a Creator Fest. Sounds like I'm about to tell a stand-up joke. It was called Creator Fest. Talk about fest, right? What? I was just trying to see if I could act like a stand-up comedian, but without actually saying anything.
Okay,
yeah, but it didn't.
Yeah.
But there was like all these little breakout sessions where you could like learn about being a creator or whatever, and
it was like super. It made me so pumped about our podcast.
Totally. What did we learn?
Well, we at the end of the day we got to see a talk from Holly and Bridget. They used to be playmates. They like lived in the mansion. If you remember,
they used to be playmates. Sounds hilarious. Like we're just saying they're just like kids. They used to be playmates.
They were Playboy bunnies.
They were Hugh Hefner's girlfriends.
Yeah, they were Hugh Hefner's girlfriends, lived in the mansion, and they had this show, if anyone remembers, The Girl Next Door. Is that what it's called? Yeah.
Girls Next Door.
Girls Next Door, which I loved, but they have a whole podcast where they rewatch it and basically break down what was and what wasn't real because they feel like their edit really put them in a bad light and it's kind of hindered their careers a bit. But they were so insightful going into the chat. I was like, I don't know what I'm going to learn from these girls because you know what? You're famous. You have a lot of money. I feel like you have a whole team that puts on your podcast. Like, okay. I haven't listened to it yet. I'm sure it's wonderful. I'm not trying to knock their podcast, but I was like, what am I going to learn when you have a whole team doing it? And they like do all of it themselves. They do all of it. Like, they had so many issues with stuff that they like shared how they worked through. I was so surprised by it, and they are the coolest people. I'm so excited to listen to their podcast.
When Holly came on stage, she was like, this is my first speaking gig. So and I was like, what the fuck? This is your first speaking gig? And I felt so excited to be there.
The way they went back and forth almost felt like it should have been planned, of like they're finishing each other's sentences or like being like, yeah, totally, and then segueing into the next thing. But normally when people do that, it sounds overly rehearsed.
They're like,
they just did
over
it
to you,
seamlessly.
Bridget, and it's like that.
Yeah,
they
or
weren't
it's
like that at all.
Yes, speaking of, but they'd be like, yeah, totally, and you know what? But it was just perfect. They're so cool. I loved it, and it made me so excited. And they were talking about how they have a chat for their audience, and it makes me so jealous because I miss our Geneva chats and being able to chat with you guys.
They do on Discord.
Yeah, I promise we are looking at all of our options right now. We are trying to weigh them and figure out what the best course of action is. Hopefully we will have a chat and everything like early in the new year.
Yep.
Get back to it. What was your favorite thing you learned from the Creator Fest?
This isn't new information, but every time that I do a creatory thing or I read a book about creators or whatever, it always talks about the 1,000 true fans, which is like this essay that this guy wrote a long time ago about how you don't need to have 1 million followers. You don't need to have like the masses in order to live a creative life that's sustainable and you can make a living and it's a thriving community and all the things. You just need 1,000 people that really deeply care and buy in and are just like, it's beyond a follower. They're your people, they're your fans, they're your community. And I just always love rehearing that because I think that it makes me even more excited to like continue to dive into y'all and everybody listening and stuff, because I'm just like, that's so true. It doesn't need to be top of the charts for it to be considered a success. Like it can just be something that I love doing, which we both love doing this, and there's a community of people that love it, and that is enough. Yeah,
it's so much more about the community and like the people who are showing up, the people who would be in the chat, the people who will come to live events. Like it's that core group that's really important. And sure, anyone else listening who's like not hearing every episode, not always like invested, not the ones buying the merch and coming to the events, of course that's great, but it's
Fuck
like
you.
Yeah. But I think you're really trying to please those core people. It's kind of like people's opinions outside of your close friends and family don't really matter.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing. It's like those core group people who are listening, those are the people's opinions that you take in. They also said a really good point where constructive criticism will find you.
Yeah, I loved that.
Don't go seeking it. Don't go on your subreddit. Don't go looking in the comments, because you're going to see a troll comment and that's going to hurt you more than the 10 nice comments. So if there is things that need to be fixed, then your core people, lean into that. Like have a safe space, have a group chat that isn't for the whole public.
Yeah.
So that you can really reach those people, that they can be like, hey, you know what, guys, we really hate this segment that you guys do, or you talked about this and I didn't really agree, or whatever. And those are the people you can actually take on board their opinions, which is cool.
Yeah, I loved that. I thought they were great.
Thank you.
And it was just fun. It's fun to be around creative people.
Yeah.
And Patreon events have gotten so much cooler over time. Like it used to always be like kind of artists that weren't the main 10 categories of creators that you would think of. It's groups. Like niche groups, and then they don't connect with each other because they're all in their niche, and every event felt like it was awesome, but they all felt a little awkward in like a really sweet and redoming,
like no one fit in. It was like, you're not in my niche, I'm not in yours.
Nobody fit in with anybody. Yeah. But which is its own kind of fitting in. But but this felt cool. There was like a lot more like shared space and stuff. So it felt really cool. Nice.
I loved it.
The last thing about our weekend is one of our homies is going through a breakup, which is the worst and the saddest. And
oh my God, it makes me sick thinking about it. I'm like, there's just nothing you can really say or do for someone going through that. Yeah. Because it's like future you is going to appreciate this moment, but current you can't think about that.
And it just has really got us thinking about the pain of a breakup, and we know very well that you all want us to do a breakup episode, and so we will. So our ask is that if you have breakup specific questions, please, not too long of an email, because we're hoping to get a lot of emails about this, so we can make a really like productive episode around it. Email us at stayinguppod. Is that right?
Yep.
stayinguppod@gmail.com, and in the subject line just put breakup and then whatever else you want. So we know that it's for that episode, and we will soon do a breakup episode because those hurt.
Yes.
And everyone has them.
Exactly.
Unless you're like with your high school sweetheart.
Yeah. And congrats.
Which is fucking sick.
You can also send anything you want to that email. I know that a lot of y'all send gossip stories over to the email, but you can totally use that for asking any type of advice, sharing a secret that you want to get off your chest. Last episode was so fun reading everyone's confessions. And I know people enjoy just getting that off their chest. You can send us anything that you want because we love sharing y'all's goss, not just
Except
ours.
for nudes. Don't come at us with your nudes.
Oh yeah, please no nudes.
Send those to someone who loves you. Whoa. We love you. I just mean like.
So yeah, sure, send them.
Like send them with care.
With consent.
To
and
people
we are not consenting.
We are not consenting.
We are not consenting for your nudes.
Look at us.
Hey you,
no.
get back. This is my no-no square. And I don't want to see your no-no square
either. How does that song go?
Hey you, get back. This is my no-no square.
I don't remember get back.
Yeah.
Don't touch my no-no square. Dun, 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 dun. This is my no-no square. It's like something like that.
I swear there's something that starts with hey you, get back.
You get back.
Did I make that up? Did I add it?
I don't know. Maybe that was your special rendition.
Hey you. This is the remix.
No square song. The internet's fucking amazing.
I love that we can just be like, what was that?
Oh my God.
Here she is.
I love it. Okay. Oh wait.
What?
Okay.
Wait, what if
No, don't touch me there.
No, go to the like what? No, go to like the video, like the skit.
I will, but this song is called No Square and it says no, don't touch me there is what I told my uncle, but he didn't seem to care.
Oh my God.
This went from
Is that the official song?
So silly.
Wait, I think it's like an SNL skit.
No Square song lyrics.
No, just look up the video.
I just don't want to play a video right now. There's so many videos.
Yeah, no.
The boys. It's all that.
I could have sworn there was a dance.
Oh my God.
Is it getting worse?
This is the
you're
saddest.
Looking up like a weird
No,
new
don't
thing.
touch me there. It's a pretty simple concept.
Okay, you're looking up the wrong thing, babe.
Baby,
Give me it.
tell the creepy guy who always hangs around your school that all they need to know is one simple rule. It's no, don't touch me there. That's what I told my pastor when he was playing with my hair. Oh my God. We're trying to sing a meaningless little ditty.
I mean, it's not me. Like, it does mean that.
No, I know,
obviously.
but I just didn't think that it was going to be.
No, I swear it was an SNL skit that they did. And it. Okay, you got to share with class.
No, but I just can't. I can't. It's too much. Oh my God. Stop. Don't touch me there. This is my no square. Wait, I can't read the next line. You can look at it though.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Wait, this is not the song. Like, I've never heard any of those
like Mandela effect energy.
Yeah, but no, we must have seen like this. That must be the song, but then someone must have done a thing with it. I swear it was on SNL.
Maybe it was the same girl who put peanut butter on her cheek.
But holy shit, guys, the amount of messages that we have gotten in comments on things of people saying from last week, if you don't know, sorry, you don't know, but the peanut butter on the cheech.
Baby, you've never
I
given
hate
in
it.
and
I
said
tried.
cheech.
Well, you just said it, so I was like, let's keep it consistent.
Loved it.
I hate
Look at
the
me.
term oh my God.
I love when
people
she says
from
cheech.
Australia, people from different states. I don't know where everyone came back with, but
Peanut butter girls running amok.
Everyone's like, yes, this went around my school too. So again, I don't know if it was just a rumor everywhere or an epidemic sweeping the entire country or the entire world.
It's like my mouth was ajar thinking about it.
What?
A jar of peanut butter. Okay. Okay.
I get it, but why?
That is not supportive.
Oh, sorry. sorry.
The way
You're
you
right.
treated me, you're acting like peanut butter girl.
She doesn't even insist.
You're acting like a cheech.
Anywho, should we share our little drum skis? What's happening?
No, we're talking about our sperm donor.
That's what I'm talking about.
Why'd you scroll away
I
from
don't know.
it?
I couldn't see. I can't really read it from here. It's not
Well,
facing
I
me.
don't know, but you scrolled off of it.
Sorry.
Oh, I just said squirreled. We've been calling Riggy Squirrel Girl because she has a little toy that she loves toys that have it's like a little tree or something and it has stuff you
She
can
likes
get
a toy within a toy.
Yes.
She likes to. I mean, I feel like we all know she likes to like dig holes at this point. Like
she's a big
she likes to
dig-
attack
big girl.
things. She's a little crazy. So Taryn always gets her these toys that you like stuff other toys in it, and then she like rips them out of it, and then she has her one little squirrel out of. There's 3 of them, but she only ever runs around with one, and she's like,
well, she can't carry 2.
I know, but she only wants to play with one. I'll put them all in there, and she'll get one out, and then not care.
It's so
until
cute.
I give her the one squirrel.
And when we're in bed in the morning, she jump on the bed now since we got her this toy, and she has a squirrel in her mouth, and we go, "Hi, squirrel girl."
She's so cute. I like wish I could put up a picture right now of her little face looking over. Like
we could, but it would just take so much time.
We say that every episode. We're like, we won't.
At tonight's sleepover, we're talking about choosing our sperm donor.
Talking about the sperm daddies.
We're talking about the sperm daddy, sperm, white jizzy juice.
Oh God! I didn't like that at all.
You went, oh, like it could have been misconstrued. Like you did like it.
No, it took me a minute to understand what you were saying, and I was like shocked.
Have you ever
and,
heard
like,
that song? Sperm, jizzy.
No, you just made it up. God damn. Hey, you.
God damn. Who was that? Who was she? Missy Elliott is back. Okay. So we got a lot of cues about choosing our sperm donor, and we just want to tell you about where we're at in the process.
Yeah, we talked in an earlier episode about how the realization of us not being able to just have a kid together was kind of like tough to finally face. Obviously, we knew that. It wasn't a surprise.
I just found out. I can't believe it.
She's really bummed about it. She's like, should we start trying? And
yeah,
I'm like,
you
baby,
just try to put 2 cheeches together so much, and it
and
just
a little bit of peanut butter.
What if we had a baby and it came out in his little peanut butter jar?
What? Oh, baby.
Hoodlum.
But yeah, I think it was really tough to kind of accept that. And then now that we are actually starting the process and starting the journey, figuring out like, okay, now how do we acquire the sperm?
Well, I think we know that.
Well, no, we don't, because there's so many different routes. There's so many
options. It's like you have to get the guy comfortable. Okay. The options that we are looking at are threefold. One is someone we know. There's not someone in mind. There's a couple people in mind, but not like it's not
like a set person.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's, do you choose someone that you know and you love and you trust and you know that they would give you their sperm and you know they have a good family and good health and all the things.
Yeah.
And that's an option. Second option is an acquaintance. So like someone a little further out of the group.
Yeah.
That
kind of same process as if it's still in the umbrella of someone we know.
Yeah.
But a little more removed.
And then the third is the option that we're going to chat through tonight, which would be rando daddy spermy.
Rando daddy.
This is us going to a sperm bank, going online to Craigslist.
Yeah.
Just for sure. It's actually called Craig's Jizz. And then basically finding a sperm donor. But what we've been realizing, or what we have found interesting, is that you can filter on all of these sperm bank websites. There are a million filters. And
it's so crazy.
Cam and I haven't even gone through this together to talk about this, which is what we're going to do tonight.
Yeah.
Talk about which filters actually matter to us and which do not.
I had a phone call with one of the sperm banks, and they basically described it as shopping on Nordstrom. Like, you know how you could like look for clothing, suit jackets, color, size, whatever, length. And it's the exact same way. Like you have your little options and you just pick what you want.
So at the end of this, we will have hopefully decided, at the end of this epi, in the next 20 minutes or so, we will have hopefully decided who our ideal sperm donor is.
We have 5 minutes to figure this out. Let's go.
Let's go. First, how important is it that the donor identity is available at 18 years old, which means that they will allow themselves to be known by our kid?
Our child when they turn 18.
Is that something you want?
Are we going to give it like a scale?
No, just tell me if you want that or don't want that.
I quite certain want that. Like 100% want that.
I quite certainly 150 fucking %.
That is a non-fucking negotiable.
Okay, so
yeah, no, I'm pretty set on that. Oh no, Ricky just cried
Ricky's
upstairs. She doesn't know where we are.
Poor squirrel girl.
Squirrel girl, go find your squirrel.
Yeah,
I want that.
Yeah, you want that.
What about you?
I feel like it would feel weird not to.
Yeah, it's like I
don't know. Because if I was a sperm donor, would I turn that on? Would I want that option?
I totally hear that. I just don't want to take that away from our future kid if they have a desire. Squirrel girl made it downstairs.
Squirrel
in case
girl
anyone's wondering.
Squirrel girl's in the frame.
Here. Let me move this. Come here. Come sit by me. Come here. She's so upset. Yeah, it's like I'm more so focusing on how can I help our future kid the most.
Yeah.
And I could imagine there's a chance, and there's actually, I was watching those videos that kind of walk you through the process, and they break down the percentage of kids who actually want that information.
Oh, is it low?
Which is really helpful to have. It is lowest in a heterosexual relationship, but I think that's because a lot of times they don't tell the kid.
Yeah.
Like I know somebody who just found out as a full-fledged adult that their dad isn't their biological dad because they had to use a sperm donor.
Yeah.
So I feel like you don't typically do that.
Or it's like their dad has taken that role as the daddy.
Yeah. So then you're not looking for that. Well, I think it was highest for gay men, middle ground for lesbians. I believe. I could have this wrong. But I don't even care what the statistics are. I'm just like, even if we had the one kid who was like, I feel like I don't know everything and I feel just bizarre not having this information. Now with 23andMe and everything, I feel like there really is no hiding. If you want to find someone, you can. But I want to be able to do that. If our kid wants that info, I want to say, yep, here's the name, here's the info, here's health records, whatever you need. Here it is. And like maybe go to therapy with them before they go talk to him to be like how to navigate this. But I just want to take that away from our kid before they ever have any say in it.
Deal. We're turning that option on in the filter.
Yes, it's on. Tick.
Okay. I'm actually going to save this one for later because it's really... Actually, I'm going to say now. So on most of these websites, they only have baby pictures of themselves. Yeah. Because they don't... a lot of people are trying to protect their own identity and they don't... If they put an adult photo of themselves, you could just...
find them.
They could be the guy on the street and you're like, that's them. Yeah. But a baby looks like a baby, so it doesn't matter.
A baby is a baby.
A baby is a baby. So you can filter by people that have adult photos.
Yeah.
Some of the websites you have to buy that access.
Yeah, it's typically a lot more money.
Yeah. Is that something... I think we're undecided on if we care or not.
Yeah,
yet.
how are you feeling about it?
The vain part of me is like, I need to make sure that you aged and you look cute at least.
Yeah.
Ideally, you're a stud.
Ideally.
Most
beautiful man I've ever seen.
I'm like mind blown.
Yeah.
But as long as you're like even average, I would like to know that. And with a lot of the sites that we've looked at, it is spooky is one way I will say it.
Yeah.
They're not the finest of specimen.
Yeah.
Which
is scary.
I even hate to say that, but it's like the same way that you want to be attracted. Like, I want to be attracted to Cammie. You're my partner. I want to be attracted to you. So then to think of, and I am attracted to you, but I picked you with part of that. And then knowing that you're picking what will make up half of the genetic makeup of your kid, it's like, I do want to be even a little bit like, okay, you're kind of cute.
Yeah.
It feels terrible to say, but I will say,
whatever.
I'll say it. I want them to be cute. And as a baby, every baby's cute.
Yeah, I'm like, of course you're cute.
So I am leaning towards, I do want to see adult photos.
Yeah.
But it is hard because I've noticed that on a couple of the websites, I feel like I don't want to picture them. When I look at our kid, I don't want to picture like an adult man.
Yeah.
And be like, oh, you do look like him. So that's the one caveat I'm having. But I still think that I do want to know what they look like as they're older.
Yeah, I feel similar to you. I feel a little more iffy on it than you because I also think a lot of people, how they look is how they present themselves, which is just not in your DNA. So it doesn't really matter. And it can be really hard to see some of these pictures that are just like not great photos of people to imagine like, okay, if he styled his hair like this and wore these clothes, would like that change stuff. But then I'll see a baby photo and they look like very neutral, average looking baby. And then they'll have a very prominent feature develop as an adult where I'm like, oh my God, your jawline's really intense where I'm going to notice that more. Like I want them to be attractive, but they don't need to be the most attractive man I've ever seen because I don't want them to have very distinct features.
Yeah. I want them to be
neutral.
A attractive blob.
Yeah. Like
someone you could just walk by and be like, they're cute, but you couldn't describe them.
Maybe like a Lifetime actor or a Hallmark actor where they're like, I guess I don't know that many of them. Are they normally hot?
Well, that one website is that. That's all.
Yeah. No, but I'm saying like those guys are hotter. I'm like, I just need to be like cute. Like, yeah, you're pretty cute. Like, yeah. I just want them to be base level. But some of the people we have seen have been horrifying.
That's just not the vibe. Okay, so we're undecided on adult photo. Next would be race and ethnicity on different websites. Those things are connected or not connected or whatever. What are your thoughts?
I am pretty set on only having a sperm donor who is white because I feel it's inappropriate for me to have a baby that would be mixed race with a race that I am not connected to and can't properly teach them. Yeah. I'm not saying that you can't do that if you're a single parent and the other parent was a different race or that you adopt a kid. Of course you can. Of course you can learn and work on that.
It just you don't feel good about it.
Yeah, I just feel, I don't know, something about that just doesn't feel appropriate.
Yeah.
And I think I'm also really hung up on the idea of like, I want our kid to feel as connected to us as possible. I don't want them to feel like anything's missing from their life.
Yeah.
Probably to an unhealthy degree. I think I'm overly dramatic about this and like trying a little too hard to be like,
I don't think so. I don't think there is such a thing.
I don't know. It's something that I'm like, how can I make sure that they like 100% see us both as moms and they never feel like they're missing anything, like making sure there's male figures around too, so they couldn't even possibly think that they're missing out not having a dad in their life. Like, I just think adding race into that would then add a potential for them to be like, I just don't feel connected to a whole part of me. Yeah. I already don't know who half of my DNA is from.
Yeah.
And then I have this background in me that like my moms can't really relate to. And I just feel like a little bit sad. So it's like, if I can control that, I might as well.
Fair. I'm down with that.
Yeah.
I have no strong feelings. I can totally empathize with where you come from though. So I would just rather default towards that.
Yeah.
And I also feel like the internet is annoying enough to where people would just constantly make comments about it and whatever. It's just like not even the upside. What is the upside in that way?
Yeah. Yeah. There's no need. Like, it's not like we're adopting a kid and it's like,
we're adopting a kid. Totally.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like we're picking a sperm donor. And yeah, I think there's already so much mom shame on the internet. People without even kids are so quick to be like, you're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong.
Totally.
And I think it's already stressful enough wondering if you're doing things right as a mom.
Yeah.
You're just adding another layer of people to be like, nope, you did this wrong too. It's like, oh.
So Caucasian will let us know who they are at 18 and or we'll let our kid know the identity at 18.
They don't have to agree to have communication though. I think that's important to say.
Yeah, they could just get the info.
Yeah.
And then adult photo is maybe.
Yeah.
Also, it's important to know that we are going to share a sperm donor, ideally. And so ideally it's someone that is a blob, an attractive blob enough that could just fade into the background of either of us so that it looks like both of us more than it looks like this person.
Yeah. So it's like we don't necessarily want somebody who looks just like you or just like me, like somewhere a little bit neutrally in the middle.
Hair color and texture?
I don't really.
Isn't that crazy? You can pick hair color and texture. I could be like, I want a wavy hair guy.
I know, but you're picking that. You're not like that doesn't mean that your kid is having specific hair color. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think I have a preference. I hate having really straight hair, so wavy would be great. I know like anyone with curly hair gets frustrated and thinks it's annoying to upkeep, but like I'd love to have a little kid with wavy hair and play with it.
I think my egg kid will have a little wavers.
Yeah. Yeah, so I don't care at all. I do feel like when I see that a sperm donor is blonde, I'm like,
I'm excited by a blonde.
Really?
Always.
I have something against blonde men. I don't know why.
It doesn't bother me at all.
I find brunette men more attractive. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I get that.
It's funny.
Maybe it's just tall, dark, and handsome. Like maybe that was like seared into your brain.
Yeah, I mean, I don't find blonde women as attractive either. Like I
just
like
don't like
brunettes,
blonde people.
but I'm blonde and I like me better blonde. So that's weird. You know?
You should talk to a therapist about that.
I think it's just like your preference of what you look like and what you're attracted to is different.
I would love a blonde man.
Really? Interesting.
Because maybe it's Southern California thing too. I'm like, it's all I know.
And you were such a blonde little baby too.
I just love a blonde kid. They're so silly and their hair's all scraggly and whatever. I don't care if they're blonde as an adult. I just think blonde babies are so freaking cute.
Yeah.
I just don't think that I would want black hair.
Well, because it's just so not us.
Yeah, that's the only thing. If like we had a kid with like really dark hair and like then I think that their features, maybe their eyebrows are going to be really dark or whatever, then that wouldn't look like us as much.
Yeah, I get that. I don't know that I care. I think if we select everything else, that's a feature enough. And I'm not sure about the genes and how they work with hair color. Like, I don't know if having the sperm donor having black hair would change that much.
Okay. I feel like we're designing a man. This is so fun.
And like light eyes with like some dark hair would be pretty.
Okay, so hair color, we don't care too much about.
Yeah, not that picky. You don't want their hair too dark. I don't want too light.
Yeah, it's gonna be like
we don't really care.
Maybe a little dirty blonde situation.
So I guess we care.
Okay, eye color. You definitely want light eyes.
So I'm a little unsure on this. I don't care now that I know that it is bleak trying to find a sperm donor that we like. It is not something that I would be like perfect in every way but brown eyes out. However, the way that recessive genes work, because we both have light eyes, if both of your parents have light eyes, you have light eyes. Both of my parents have light eyes, both of your parents have light eyes.
My mom has brown eyes.
Oh yeah, you're right. Well, that can happen. But you could have had brown eyes.
Yeah.
So, but because we both have light eyes, if we would have a baby together, that baby has to have light eyes.
Yeah.
I think if my high school learning still stand up to this day, unless anything's changed. But yeah, the way it works, we would have a light-eyed baby. So to make that baby look more like our physical baby, if I was between two perfect people, they were great, all the same characteristics, but one had light eyes, one had dark eyes, I'd probably pick the light eyes one.
Yeah.
Because it's just another way that I'm like, that's our kid. But I love brown eyes, so I'm like, I don't mind that. It's fine.
I love your eyes so much that like I want to make sure that the kid has light eyes because I love your light eyes.
Yeah, it's like your eyes is what you really look at, and now I'm like staring into your eyes. They're so pretty.
But then like brown-eyed people are cute too.
Well, brown
obviously, but like
that's the thing.
Some browns are so light.
Yeah, I think really dark brown is beautiful too. Like I used to always want brown eyes, which is I feel like we all just want what we don't have.
So sad.
And now I love my eyes, but when you're looking at a little blob of a baby, the first thing that you can even kind of see of yourself, I feel like, is the eyes.
Yeah.
So to look down at big brown eyes, I'd be like, I don't see me or Taryn because you have blue eyes. I have green eyes. Like it just, that wouldn't be our baby.
I think we don't need to filter by eyes, but that's a fun, nice to have.
Yeah, that's a nice to have. It's not a necessity.
Same with hair color. It's like whatever happens, happens.
I feel a little more that I care about eye color than hair color, just because like if the baby had jet black hair, I wouldn't be like, doesn't look like me. Like, but if it had brown eyes, I'd be like, interesting.
Couple more.
Sleeping with the milkman.
Height and weight.
We pick weight.
You can pick weight or like build. It'll say like athletic, skinny, slim. Like,
yeah.
I don't know I actually haven't seen any of the like bigger body names now that I think about it.
I don't even recall seeing body type.
I would only see athletic and slim.
I don't know.
That's all I can think of right now.
Yeah, that's all I saw too. I haven't seen anything. I've seen weight, but I cannot understand a man's height and weight and what that means.
There's
for their
visualizers.
Body type at all.
There's visualizers, which is what I was looking at yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
You could type in their height and their weight.
Was that what you're trying to do? Figure out what the sperm donor look like?
Yeah. I was like, I don't know what his body looks like.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on height and weight?
I care pretty deeply about height. I know that it's not
Taryn
always.
wants an athlete.
I want an athlete. I know that it's not always. I've loved being tall my whole life.
Yeah.
And
which is so cool for a woman to say that. I feel like so many tall women have a period where they like want to appear shorter.
Yeah, I mean, maybe, but like it has only benefited me.
Yeah.
I've never been like, bummer, I'm too tall.
Yeah, that's great.
And I like that. And
I like that too.
yeah, and I think this stuff is so hard to talk about, but like taller men have more confidence. Like shorter men tend to have more confidence issues.
Mm-hmm.
And so with women, obviously it doesn't matter as much, but like to give our boy,
we're gonna give our boy a chance at life.
to give our boy just like another literal step up is like feels just like
why not?
A little bit better.
It's funny that we feel so funny talking about this. It's like, obviously we're not saying if you're not this, you're lesser than, but we are paying thousands and thousands of dollars to have a baby. It's like, why wouldn't you pick certain things that you can pick? And it's not we're picking that our kid has it. It's just like upping the chances.
Yeah. And then I think build isn't as important as like their general health. So if like everyone in their family is like super overweight or super underweight or whatever, then like that's something to look at.
Yeah, if there's a genetic issue, maybe I care. But like so much of your build is just like your lifestyle. I don't really care.
Yeah. So I care more like height. I would preferably go 5'11" and up.
Yeah, I agreed in the beginning.
Yeah.
But then after I did a lot of research, you can see their health records and you can often see their siblings, parents, and grandparents, and if they've had any health issues and their height. And I've noticed that sometimes a lot of the tallest donors, their family will be like all short. And my family is all mainly tall and I'm shorter. Like it's just not guaranteed. So I don't want to put too much weight, but that doesn't, I'm not going to pick a guy that's like 5'5". Yeah. That's just the reality of it. Yeah. So I think I'd go down to like, if it was somebody who was like 5'10", but everyone else in their family was taller. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The problem with the filters is the height one specifically is like lumped in. So it'll say like 5 foot to 5'5", 5'5" to 5'11". Yeah. And you're like, okay, well, if I check this, then I'm going to get mostly 5'6" guys.
Yeah.
Instead of like the 5'11" guy that I want. Exactly. Then there was like a 6'5" guy that I was very excited about. He's a basketball player.
I'm less excited because I'm the one who has to push it out of the hoo-ha.
Tall people are not often born bigger. There's not.
Do we know about that?
Yeah, there's not that much of a correlation.
I'm going to be fact checking that.
Yeah, I was a little baby.
You know what? That's funny because the people that I've always known who are the fattest, chonkiest babies are the smallest humans now. Always. So yeah, I guess it doesn't really guarantee
it doesn't correlate.
Okay, you're right. That's fair. I'll let you have your 6'5" sperm donor.
Thank you, honey. And then blood type.
Okay, so the reason why I have heard that people care about this, which I didn't know, is just so maybe you're an option. Like if we could pick a sperm donor that is our blood type so that we can hopefully have a kid that has our blood type, I guess.
Yeah, now that you're a blood donor.
I mean, yeah, I might as well I still don't know what blood type I am yet.
My mom told me I'm O, I think.
Oh, really? Isn't that like the most rare one? Isn't that the universal donor?
I think I'm the one that's like
You're either a universal donor or universal receiver, I think. I might be making that up.
I'm spitting this. Am I a doer or a giver?
What's
I mean, a giver or a receiver?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't care about this. I don't know enough how it works.
I can already see that being a social clip. Just no context. So yeah, I don't care about this for anything.
I think about that a lot in my head. I typically don't say it out loud, but yeah, I don't think I care unless I have more info and please, if you guys know any information, let us know. Like if that is really super important and helpful, then maybe. Yeah. But as of right now, I don't really care, right?
As of right now, I don't think it's one of our filters.
We're very on the same page, which I'm excited. I know like we've obviously talked about it. We've looked through things, but we've never really been like, wait, what does this mean to you? Like, where are you at on this? So I'm glad we're vibing out pretty well.
Yeah, things are going well. Maybe I'll marry you.
Maybe I'll have a baby with you.
Okay. But also, it's very clear that we're not talking about health here because clearly health is the most important thing that we are going to be indexing for. Nothing else matters beyond that as long as like the person is super fucking healthy. So yeah. So that's just to be clear. If people are like, they're going to make this perfect kid that looks perfect, but what if they have
Yeah, obviously
diabetes or something. I don't know.
You're just like not even in the running if stuff comes up on your chart that is like
no
a concern. Obviously, people
We're
have
looking for
health
clean bills.
histories in the back in their family and stuff. Like it's unavoidable for there to be nothing. But yeah, we're not. That is something that we're not even going to risk.
Yeah. The last two are education level and Jewish ancestry. So education level, I don't think that it cares.
I don't think that it cares.
Woo. What's my education level? I don't think I care. No. Especially because a lot of sperm donors are young. So a lot of them, it doesn't even say college yet, which is...
That's disgusting.
What?
What did I say?
You tried to say that's disgusting, but
I was so grossed out I couldn't even talk. That's not true. They're all like at least over 18, right? They can't donate before
yeah,
they're
but
18.
not all of them are going to college, so it doesn't say college
That's
at the time of their donation.
Oh my god! Wait,
that's a
do we pick their age? Can we see their age?
Some websites you can see their age.
Oh my god! It freaks me out to have any donor like younger than us. It makes me feel like a pedophile.
Like we've come on to someone at a bar. Oh, we're losing it.
Yeah, it makes me feel like a creep, and I know that this is like a monetary exchange. Like they're donating, they don't know where it's going, they don't care, but. Oh my god, it freaks me out so bad to think that they're like our kid turns 18 and they're like I am too. Like
yeah. Oh. Jewish ancestry. Fuck. Jewish ancestry is the last one.
I don't care. It's not a factor to me.
Yeah. It would be a nice to have so that like it feels connected in that way. Yeah. But like for my egg, it will be Jewish because that is my ancestry.
Yeah.
So it would be cool.
Doesn't it work that it comes from the mom? I don't understand how could be true. Like if your dad's Jewish.
Yeah, like
you're Jewish,
but,
no? But isn't that a thing where it's like your Jewish ancestry comes if your mom's Jewish, you're Jewish?
Yes, it normally comes from your mom, but
Uncle, then our baby's Jewish.
I know, but like for them to be like Ashkenazi or something,
yeah,
by blood. Like I'm like 50% Ashkenazi.
Got it.
So
I'm
then,
like 0.1.
That's big.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, great. So we just designed our perfect sperm donor. To go over it and pay attention because this is going to matter. There's going to be a quiz.
Keep your eyes peeled.
Keep your light eyes, maybe dark, but mostly light eyes peeled. We are looking for a maybe Jewish person. Okay, maybe Jewish, 5'11" and up, mostly light eye to mid eye color.
No mid eye.
I don't know. Hair
Preferably
color.
light eye, but okay if they're brown.
Yes. Hair color is fine, just not like super super dark probably.
I don't want super super blonde either.
Fine.
Middle ground.
Middle ground. A white person, which I hate even saying. Just feels so stupid.
They're white. They're 5'11" or higher.
Yeah.
They have probably light brown hair, light colored eyes. They are healthy. They can have any blood type.
Mm-hmm.
They can or can't be Jewish. They can or can't.
Gonna count.
I think that covers it.
So, for this PP of the weeky, this coming PP of the weeky, terrible. We're changing it up. The new PP of the weeky will be chosen by who gives us the best answer to our weekly question. Our queequee of the weeky. Queef of the weeky.
We're just testing that name. That's not guaranteed.
Okay, so today's question of the weeky is, what does that say? Is that bad?
No, my
okay,
battery's just dying on my phone. So
okay,
go.
So given what we've told you about our ideal sperm donor, who should be Mr. Sperm? What we're gonna do is we're gonna post this on Instagram, and it's gonna have just the question as the picture, and you will tell us who your best Mr. Sperm is for
Don't
us.
tag random friends.
No, this is like Timothy Chalamet.
Celebrities. People who
Not,
it's like.
don't.
Yeah. I don't think Timothy's tall enough, but.
He is.
No way.
I
He's
think
not
he is.
5'11". He's little.
I don't think so.
Maybe we do lower our height range. Anyways, send us a celebrity. Yes, please do not tag your random guy friends that you think would be. Or, no. Don't do that.
He's 5'10".
Told you. Okay, maybe 5'10"
I'm
and
going
up.
down to 5'10". Okay, great. Yeah, that's the thing. So our question now for PP of the Weeky will be what determines PP of the Weeky. We're going to say what answer we like the best, blah, blah, blah.
Head over to our Instagram. Let us know.
And we're not going to send you guys hats anymore because that was like $40 each hat.
Oh my God, it was crazy.
I had no idea.
Terrence texting me at the post office like,
I was like, what?
dude, what the fuck?
Yeah, so it was kind of
I told you
expensive.
do the envelopes, not the boxes.
I didn't want to get the hat squish for the PPs.
That's fair. That was nice of you.
I don't think I should tell our goss story because your phone's dying.
No, it's at 20%. We got total time.
Okay, well, I'm going to run through it.
Let's do it.
We talked our goss. Now we talk your goss.
Let's go.
This is a listener story. Should I, a lesbian, marry a man? Is the subject.
Nope.
So,
I think that's about it. Can we wrap this up?
We're done. No,
you should not marry a man
Just
if you're a lesbian.
I know. That's definitely no, but the story is convoluted and sad. A little bit.
Oh, man.
Dear Cammie and Taryn, I'm going to read a little fast.
Okay.
My life is fucked. I was raised super religious Muslim. I loved it. I went to weekend school, which is like Sunday school, but also on Saturdays.
Mm-hmm.
Youth group, youth seminary, adult seminary. I started wearing hijab at 12, fully on my own. Even my parents tried to get me to wait a couple of years, but I just wanted to be in the cool club of Muslim women who wore hijab.
That's cute.
My home life, this sounds exactly like me as a Christian version,
Yeah.
where I was just like, this is a me thing. I'm loving it. I'm having fun. My home life was a bit tumultuous, and my parents fought a lot and were very strict and temperamental, and religion gave me a sense of control and hope. Fast forward, I'm 20, and I have a crushing realization that I am gay. I always secretly knew I liked girls, but I wasn't fully convinced that everyone wasn't attracted to women, which is totally fair. I thought purity culture was super easy because who would want to talk to a guy anyway? But in high school, I was in love with my best friend from youth group who dated a string of toxic boyfriends, each one more infuriating than the next. But I thought that we had a special bond, and I literally told a friend I don't think I could marry a man because I would have to find that male version of my best friend. And I don't know any man like that. I eventually realized I was in love and took a step back and let it fade so I could just readjust our friendship. I eventually came out of my delusion and fully accepted that I am a lesbian. But what now? My parents are crazy, not exaggerating, and fully homophobic. Coming out feels like betrayal, like I'm betraying my little community that raised me to be a proud Muslim woman, and who I actually am feels like the antithesis to that. All the money my parents spent, resources my mosque invested in my Islamic education, all to waste. If I came out fully, my parents would either straight up disown me, try to just marry me off anyways, some strange version of conversion therapy, or worse. I'm low-key worried about bodily harm. I have close friends that know, and they are great and amazing, and they say that if I lose my bio family, they will be my family, but I don't want to burden them. Sometimes I think I could just marry some poor sucker of a man that I tolerate and just pretend, because even though I don't have the best relationship with my family, they are still my family, and losing my whole family and community is unfathomable. Now that I'm 21 and graduating college, I'm basically on the marriage market. My mom relentlessly asks me if any good Muslim boys reach out, if anyone's hitting on me, if I'm texting anyone, and the answer is always no. I feel so guilty because she is excited that I'm the oldest of 5. She always says she wants to see me happy with a man and kids. I'm broken over how deeply I will disappoint them and embarrass them in front of all of their family, friends, and mosque. Because we are a pretty dominant family. Every once in a while, I think if I just find a guy I could be friends with, still tough because I hate men, and be married, I'll drink the religion Kool-Aid and maybe I'll just be happy in heaven, if that even exists. Why do I either have to lose my family or be miserable, or live a lie and be miserable? Should I just stuff all my feelings in and hope I will just turn straight over time? Or do I have to risk it and rip off the Band-Aid and be out and proud? Any thoughts and advice would be greatly appreciated from a loving PP.
Oh, that is just like the most difficult spot to be in, because like she said at the end, it's like which version of miserable do I pick?
Yeah. Missy Elliott.
I think it's very hard to give advice on this as somebody who did not grow up in a household that for whatever reason would cut me off for being gay. Like, I knew it might be difficult. I knew they might not understand at first. Like, I had all those fears, but I knew at the end of the day I wasn't going to lose my family, lose my community. So I'm coming at it from a very specific lens that I just immense privilege that I will just fully never understand your position. But I just don't think that it's healthy or possible to like live a fruitful life hiding part of who you are.
Yeah.
I think that it can be really difficult, and there's a lot of great people who are examples of this who have taken those steps to leave the situations they're in so that they can go live their truth. And it's of course hard. I always use Kate Austin as such a good example. She is a content creator, and she basically had to let her family go for many, many years because they didn't accept her being gay. And just recently she's rekindling that relationship and is really excited about it. And she had fully came to terms with never being able to speak to her family again. And now it's happening. So she was able to do that and find happiness without her family in her life. And she was able to wait and them come back around a bit. So I think focus on your safety first. Make sure you're in a safe situation before you come out or do anything that could risk you being harmed.
Yeah, that's the worrisome aspect of it.
Yeah, because it's just not like you can just like say it and someone's mad at you. Like you're risking a lot more than I think that either of us could ever fathom. Like you had to lose your community, but did you ever feel fear of being hurt in any way?
No. And also my parents were not the religious aspect either. So it was like my family was a safe space, which is what everyone wants.
Yeah.
I think that the unfortunate reality is that some people are dealt easier cards. And I think that you were not dealt easy cards. And that sucks. And I'm sorry that you feel it. I don't think there are clear answers sometimes to things like this. Like it's just gonna be hard. I think maybe the fallacy in your thinking is that do I do this and be miserable, or do I do this and be miserable? I think that you will be miserable if you hide that you're gay and marry a man and stuff it down and try to be this good girl.
She said, hopefully I just end up falling in love with a guy. And it's like, that's just not.
I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah.
But I do think that there is a much brighter possibility that the other option doesn't go as bad as you think.
Yeah.
I am not recommending that you come out and be loud and proud and whatever, but I am just saying that I think the other option is not going to be good for you either. So I wouldn't try to get comfy with that thought.
Yeah. It's kind of guaranteed that you're not going to find happiness hiding who you are and just appeasing everybody else. But it's not guaranteed that you'll be miserable if you go and seek out living your life how you want to. There's a lot of hope in that. And a lot of people find hope in that every single day.
I don't know much about like the Muslim community as it relates to LGBTQ and stuff, but like I wonder if there are some good influencers that I'm sure that there are a lot of like queer Muslim women that like I would see how they handled it.
I feel like they would have very like specific advice on how to navigate that.
Yeah, which we can't give that to you just because we don't know it. But the things that we do know are like, it's not which miserable am I going to be? Like that you have to know. And I know it doesn't feel like it, but that is the truth. It is not that. There's a whole, it gets better is something that every queer person knows like the back of their hand, because it truly corny, does. Like it truly does get better. So please don't take this as like, which shit pile am I going to deal with? It's going to be hard now for sure. It's hard. You're in a really shitty spot. But that doesn't mean it's going to always be this way. And it actually won't. It won't. Like, it will get better. But I think invest in your community, invest in the family that said that they will be your family. Like, those are the right people to be close to. And they know your situation better than we do. So get advice from them. Like, what do they think that you should do? How do they think you should go about it? And also be really careful, like Cam said, about coming out if you actually feel like you're in a harm's way. Some people don't have the luxury of coming out the same way that other people do. So I just wouldn't feel pressured to do it some certain way.
Yeah. I think you have to kind of be proactive about how you handle this. Don't let this just kind of boil up until one day you're like, I have to tell everyone. I think you need to set yourself up for a little bit of success. Like you said, I think investing in the community that loves you and expanding that community. There are so many incredible people who are going to embrace you with open arms. Expanding that community, having safe spaces for you to go to if anything were to happen. And just kind of setting yourself up for a happy life where maybe your family is temporarily out of it, but you also don't know that for sure. Like, there are chances. There's siblings sometimes are way more open to that. Aunts, cousins, like sometimes if your parents take a little longer, there's other family members who can kind of act as like the liaison between you.
That's a good point.
But yeah, we wish you all the best. Love you a lot.
Wait, I had one other thought. Fuck. Sorry. It wasn't revolutionary and it wouldn't solve the problem, but it might have helped soften the blow.
Well, you can email her or we can post it on our Instagram story if you think of it.
Frank is
shedding so badly.
So hard on me.
He's a sleepy boy. Oh.
Thank you for joining us for another Slumber Birdie.
We love you guys so much.
We love you.
Sweet dreams.
Sweet dreams.
Bye.
Bye.
Hi, my little echo.
Hi, my little echo.
Frank,
do you want to say anything?
Yeah. Oh, he's got so little to
Sorry,
say
baby.
today.
Okay.